Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Dean, and this is 5 life-changing moments. I get a kick out of the atheists. I love atheists. I love you. Agnostics, I love you. People who do not believe in God, and even some of you who have professed that you hate God. I love you anyway. Because I want you to sit down for 5 minutes. I want to tell you a beautiful love story. You see, way back in the beginning, God wanted the human persons whom he had created to have total happiness. Total happiness, divine purpose. He wanted them to have abundant living. But their friendship had to be a two-way street. God would need to be sure that Adam and Eve cherished his company like he cherished theirs. You see, a one-way relationship, it can't constitute a friendship. If I love you and you don't even want to talk to me, well, we can't have a friendship, can we? Well, God wanted somebody who was not going to be a robot, who was going to be able to choose, who was going to be able to have complete freedom of will, and they could be God's friends or question or even reject his ideals. He wanted somebody who had the opportunity of doing that. So God created Adam and Eve for happiness. He created them for health. He created them for abundance. His plan was logically dependent upon, and I stress this word, mutual trust and integrity. Now, if you don't get this down, if you don't really understand this and believe this, you will never understand God. And you will be an atheist or an agnostic, even if you claim to be a Christian. You see, created in God's own image, Adam and Eve would share a common faith with God. This was the original plan. A common faith which would be the basis for their interrelations. They could count on the integrity of whatever God said. If God said something, by gosh, they could bring it all the way to the bank. He expected to count on their will and their word. They would relate to each other on the basis of mutual confidence, trustworthiness, a good friendship, a real good friendship. God said, he said to Adam and Eve, in essence, trust the integrity of my plan, and you'll have life's best. But if you decide not to believe what I say, then you will forfeit what I have designed for you, and the process of deterioration and the process of death will destroy you. So, said right up in front. So Satan, God's enemy, heard of God's dream and conceived a scheme to induce Adam and Eve to betray God's trust and destroy the foundation of this beautiful love plan that God had. Satan came into the garden and spoke with Eve, urging her to eat of the forbidden tree. He deliberately contradicted God. He asserted himself as the authority, and he said, if you eat of that tree, you will not die, according to Genesis 3, verse 4. You will not die. That woman was convinced. She was deceived, so she ate of the fruit and gave some to her husband, and he ate too. Both Adam and Eve shared the same violation of the trust between them and God. That was the start of sin, sickness, and death. That is why some of you are poverty-stricken. I'm going to continue this conversation tomorrow. I only have 5 minutes. That's why some of you have cancer. That's why some of you are unhappy. But we can fix it. We can fix it. I'll tell you tomorrow how happiness is a fingertip away. This is Pastor Dean, and this is 5 Life-Changing Minutes.